Do you ever feel like you're always the one who gets left behind? Like you care too much, you give your all, but in the end they leave, and you're wondering what's wrong with me. So let me tell you something that I wish someone told me sooner. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not too much, you are not unlovable, and you are just carrying an abandonment wound. And what is an abandonment wound? Usually it comes from obvious things like parents walking out, but it can also come from little moments repeated over time, like a parent who was always busy, or a caregiver who couldn't meet your emotional needs, or growing up in an environment when you were told to get over it, or stop crying, right? Or just be quiet. And on those moments, you learn something, right? You learn that your feelings don't matter, that you have to own life. So that if you are not perfect, you'll be left, right? And those beliefs, they don't even stay in childhood, they follow you around everywhere, right? Into your friendships, into your relationships, and the way you talk to yourself. And you might notice that you're scared of texting first, or that you're overthinking every word someone says, and you try to be easy to love, right? And you apologize when you don't even do anything wrong, and you stay in a relationship that hurt because you being alone for you feels scarier than being mistreated, right? So this is what the abandonment wound does, and it convinces you that love must be chased, that you are not enough as you are. And any distance, any silence means you're being left again, right? You're just waiting the other shoe to drop. So let me just pause for a second. How many times you said yes when you meant no? Or how many times you have ignored your gut feeling just, to keep someone close? And how many times have you made yourself smaller or quieter just to be accepted, right? So that's self-abandonment. And, I say it with love, and I even say to myself that that's what keeps the wound open. So what do you do about it? How do you start healing something that feels so deeply woven into who you are? So the first step is awareness. Recognize the pattern, because once you see it, you can choose differently. And I want you to know that it isn't about blaming anyone or blaming yourself, because those people that cause your wound, they are wounded themselves, right? And they did the best they could with what they had at the time. But that doesn't mean that it didn't hurt. So that doesn't mean that you didn't left carrying something really heavy. But here's the beautiful part, that you don't have to keep carrying it. So it's something that helped me. I started to imagine my younger self and the version of me that who first felt that pain, and I began to speak to her, right? Not like a stranger, to speak to her like it's someone that is close to me right now. So I'm telling them, like, I'm sorry that you felt alone, and I see you now, and I'm here to stay. Like, I really am telling them that I'm here, right? That no one is going to leave her. And it wasn't about saying it once, because it was about saying it several times. Every time I felt panic rise, right? And every time someone didn't text back, every time I felt the urge to fix myself to be liked. So I came back to this little child and reminded her that she's safe. So this is where the real healing begins, not with someone else choosing you, but you're choosing yourself. When you stop abandoning yourself and you stop fearing others will too. So let me say it again. When you stop abandoning yourself, you stop fearing others will abandon you. Because now, no matter what someone says, if someone stays or goes, you are not going anywhere, right? You are here with you. So that's the power you've had all along, not in controlling what others do, but in how you respond to the little voice inside you that says, please don't leave me again. So how do you respond? Just breathe, ground yourself, and anytime you feel the urge to chase, instead stay with yourself into your body and with your truth. And that's a real healing. That's really self-love in action. So, and I want to be clear. It doesn't mean that you never be going to be triggered again. This abandonment wound runs really deep, and sometimes it still catches you. It still can catch you off guard, and you still have moments when you're still going to have moments when the fear is going to rise again. But now you have the tools to notice it. So you don't have to blame yourself, or you don't have to beg someone to be loved, and you don't have to prove your worth, because you remember that you are always worthy, right? Even before anyone saw it, and before even you believed it yourself. And no one ever told you before, but I'm going to tell you now. It wasn't your fault, right? You didn't cause the distance. You didn't make anyone leave. You didn't need to be more lovable or more perfect. You just needed someone to stay. And now that someone can be you. So if you feel like this is like in your chest or in your gut, is something inside that you feel like tender, or this like a nerve inside of you, that's okay. Because that means that your body remembers, and that means that healing has already begun. So do this. When fear comes up, just place your hand over your heart and say that I'm here now, and I'm never going to leave you again. And because that's what your younger self has really needed, not perfection, not endless effort, just presence, just someone that doesn't walk away, right? So if you found this video helpful, you can comment below what is your experience, or you can just comment, I always have myself. And if you are on a spiritual journey, check out my Energy Shift playlist and Spiritual Awakening and How to Trust the Universe playlist. I'm going to link it below. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye bye.